Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, the latest news that I caught, thanks to the Duchess of North Sussex, thank you very much for posting about this. Apparently, Megalodon's ex bestie, Jessica Mulroney, is coming out with a book, another book. That's what we need. Can you believe how many books have been written about Harry and Meghan? Two individuals who have contributed nothing to society except leeching off our tax dollars with US aid and destroying the West, trying to destroy the Western civilization by destroying our civil liberties and freedom of speech. But, anyways, so apparently people recall there was a fallout, staged fallout. It looks so staged with the fall with Jessica Mulroney and some black woman on Instagram. I can't remember her name. If you remember, let me know. But it was just somebody out of the blue, and Jessica Mulroney said something. Wasn't even that big a deal. I can't even remember what it was. And then the black woman said, "You're a racist." It was during that BLM time when everyone was racist. So that became a huge brouhaha, and everyone was saying, why isn't Meghan Markle supporting her friend, Jessica Mulroney? And instead, Meghan Markle allegedly dropped her and stopped talking to her and cut her off. Right, that's the story we're being fed. Because I think a lot of this is just satanic theater for the masses. But that's what we're going to find out. I'm going to look into today. Was there really a fallout? There could have been. But I mean, this could all just be more theater for us. Because everybody's sick of Harry and Meghan, and now that everybody's sick and tired and fatigued, now suddenly, years later, Jessica Mulroney is going to come out with a book. She's allegedly getting, I don't know, I think DON said 11 million. So, they basically just go through how they were best friends, incredibly close for years. Not that many years, I don't think. It says Jessica was incredibly hurt by Meghan's apparent decision to cut ties. The friendship ended. And it says Jessica knows where the bodies are buried. So that's the big pull for this book, this latest book on this useless couple, satanic couple. So, and people in the publishing world are circling the advance of 1 million apparently on the table. It says Jessica's explosive story is what the publishers want to get their hands on. Huge interest. So this is saying 1 million, but that's just the advance. But still, the advance has to be paid for by royalties. So it's not nothing there. So she could only get that. So that could be all she gets. So I'm getting 1 million here, but I don't know. The mystery behind the friendship is now taking a fresh turn. Jessica has stated it's absolutely not an autobiography in the works. The sources say Jessica has an axe to grind. Yeah, so we'll take a look at this book of Jessica Mulroney and see if she's really going to dish some dirt, or is it just more theater for the masses, just pumping up Harry and Meghan again and saying nothing much, being very vague as Meghan and Harry always are, saying things very obtusely and word salady, and yeah. Yeah, it says it refers to that, the influencer row. Jessica and Meghan's friendship already on the rocks because Meghan allegedly felt Jessica was trying to make a career out of the friendship. The white privilege row was really giving Meghan's white privilege. If anyone has white privilege, is Meghan Markle. Has really given Meghan the excuse she was waiting to cut Jess off for good. That's what they're saying here. Yeah, it was a lame little setup there, like, whatever. So anyhow, everything seems staged with Harry and Meghan and people around them. Yeah, so distractions. So here we are. Let's take a look at Jessica Mulroney's book and see if is it really gonna dish anything. Oh, this looks very dark. Maybe make it a little lighter there. Okay. Let's see, is it really gonna dish anything out, or is it just gonna be more lies from the Satanists? Let's find out. Jessica's gonna dish something, right, for $1 million. Or however much she gets. She wants to sell the book. She's going to have to. Everybody knows it's just like Harry and Meghan with Netflix, right? They're expected to dish about the royal family. Well, Jessica is going to be, nobody cares about Jessica Mulroney. They're going to want to hear what she has to say about Meghan Markle and her interactions with the royal family. Now, Jessica Mulroney was allegedly the one who got all the free clothes for Meghan, and then Meghan turned around and charged King Charles full amount for the clothes. It was like a little racket they had going there against the royal family, allegedly, is what I heard at the time. So let's see here. Jessica Mulroney, what's her book going to be like? It's going to be like, what's she going to come out with? Is it going to be more lies and drivel? Or is it she really out for revenge? You know, they're giving the impression here that Jessica's a woman scorned and she's out for revenge and she's going to take it. She's going to show where all the bodies are buried. That's a narrative they're going with this one. And they want you to buy her book, buy another book. Like you don't have enough books about Harry and Meghan at this point, right? My God, it's unbelievable. Yeah. I'm going to look into how that fallout affected her, that little white privilege, little drama there, little llama drama, mama llama drama that went on there on Instagram. And then, yeah, what's Jessica Mulroney expecting? How's it going to go when it comes out? Yeah. What is it? What's the most damaging thing she's going to say about Megalodon? What's the most worst thing she's got? How does she see Meghan now? Are they still in cahoots secretly behind the scenes, or are they really enemies? And what's the most prominent thing she's going to say? Rights or whatever from this book, and how's it going to do in the long term? Is it going to be a successful book? Let's find out. She's going to earn that $1 million in royalties to make anything else. Let's see. Jessica Mulroney's book. How's it going to go? Jessica Mulroney. Let's see what the cards show. What do we got here? Ooh, 8 of Wands reversed. Yeah, this is like reversing kind of a lot of the puff pieces out there. Of course, she's going to be defending herself with this and everything that happened. You know, she's going to say, I'm not racist. I'm really not. You know, so she's going to be defending herself with that for sure and going back over old puff pieces and giving a new sort of her version of events, her narrative. And then I get the Chariot. Oh, it's going to be heavily political influence on this in order to, of course, boost her and Meghan's woke agenda. You know, they're not giving up. They're all just like, we only have 2.5 more years of Trump and then we're back in business. So this book is sort of pushing that political narrative and also just pushing her own narrative here. I think maybe she's thinking of going to politics. I don't know, possibly. But she's definitely going to be pushing something here with a Chariot that's not personal, that's more societal. I don't know. I don't know how woke she is or whatnot, but she's definitely trying to turn history to her favor. The bottom of it all, ooh, 5 of coins. Yeah, so all around this, of course, is for the money. I think she's divorced right now from her husband, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really been keeping up with her, but I do see that she's hurting for some money here and support and sympathy here. She needs more clicks on her Instagram to make the money. So she needs the money. She's doing it. And she's going to dish some dirt here, at least her version of events. But yeah, it's going to be a heavy push on this book in general. And, but I think it's going to be well, let's see how it's going to do in the end. The basis of the book, what's going to be about Ace of Wands. Yeah, so it's going to be pushing out some really, one particular, I take it with Ace of One. So I think there's going to be one particular narrative that's going to get carried away with this book. One new piece of information that's going to really override everything else. And she really wants this to be successful and expects it. I think she's going to heavily push this book. It's going to be all over. She wants a restart. She needs to make some money. How did the fallout, that white privilege fallout, go? Well, how's she feeling about that now? Okay, Six of Swords. So I get that she's moved on from that. I mean, it will be a part of her book, but she's not going to be heavily emphasizing that. It's going to be, maybe she'll even take the blame for it and say, I was wrong. I should have said that. My bad. But she's not. I don't see her really dwelling on it. And I don't think that she's going to emphasize that in the book. I think she's trying to remake her image. This is like a new, trying to restart her career here. And this book is what she's trying to move past that and boost herself. And maybe in politics or in just the media or whatever, she's trying to restart herself, restart her career. What's she expecting with this book? Three of Wands. Well, she definitely wants people talking and publicizing about her. So she's going to be, watching the reactions and expecting to get as many stories as she can from this. I'm getting wands and wands and wands. So I don't see so far anything deep or emotional or how hurt I was or anything of that nature. I'm getting wands, which is just going over her, her work, the message she wants to put out, how much she just loves everyone, and she wouldn't hurt a fly, and she was hurt by Meghan's decision to end their friendship, but she understood. She understands. So I kind of is like puff piece galore, remaking her image and trying to put herself in the best light in the media and push for her next career, whatever her career is now. Being an influencer or whatnot, I don't know, or maybe possibly again politics, I don't know. So I see this as mainly just pushing her in her career, and she's not going to be dwelling on too many ugly things here. Obviously, if she's a Satanist, which I think she is, like Megalodon, they're not going to turn on each other. Satanists turn on each other and they end up dead, right? So this is all just for show. It's all theater, wands, theater for the masses, and it's all for attention and to keep Harry and Meghan relevant and to make some moolah. So what's the worst thing she's going to talk about in the book? Ooh, 10 of Wands. So she's going to claim that she was, too much expected of her. She tried to take on too much, and that she was too much of a, giver and never said no. And she did so much, and, everything just, she's going to say she was overworked and she did so much, nobody appreciated her. So she just collapsed under the pressure of, being involved with Harry and Meghan and her husband and her career. And it was to try to take on too much. So she's going to feel sorry for herself. And again, wands. And what's the most interesting or most standout thing she's going to talk about? Ooh, a 10 of Cups reversed, the royal family card. So she is going to complain about the royal family and here somewhere, her experience. She's obviously going to hit back against any stories out there that made her look negative in the whole royal wedding. With the 10 of Cups reversed, I do see her criticizing in some way the royal family and how they handled the wedding and the stories that came out. So that is going to be a very prominent piece of information that will get people riled up. She will, her book will upset some people there. And how does she see Megalodon? How is Meghan Markle affecting her with this book? Ooh, Lovers reversed. Wow. So yeah, she still is very affected by their separation and the fact. So that is very much on her mind with this book and going to be influencing her. And I'm sure it will come up. But at the same time, she's going to try to make herself look like, I'm not a bitter woman. I've moved on. I did too much. I shouldn't have overextended myself like that. A major arcana. Okay, so I got major arcana for Meghan Markle's influence. And very often there's a major arcana here. I got major arcana here, Chariot, which is that like political group, Obama, Clinton. So when I have that and all the rest of these are minor arcana, I'm getting that quite possibly Meghan is behind this book. But this was made for Meghan. Like she called Jessica Mulroney and said, right, publish this book. It's time. People are fatigued of me and Harry. It's time for you to drop the book. So I do see a possible, what I'm getting is a coordinated effort at the dictates of Meghan and her political group. So it's not just Meghan, of course. It's her, her chia pets and her other operatives around her coordinating all of this, or Satanists around her coordinating this. So this is all part of the theater for the masses by the Satanists, is what I'm seeing here with this major arcana lovers reversed. I mean, this was part of the drama, part of the psyop. That's what I'm getting now. And with wands, I mean, she's not opening her heart. This is all for publicity. It's all to push out whatever narrative Meghan and her satanic political group Chariot want to put out. So, I mean, pushing the wokesters, no doubt. So how's it going to go when it goes out? How's it going to be received? 8 of Cups. So I see a lot of people just not being interested. People are just like, we're not buying what you're selling. I think it is going to be unbelievable. Like, literally, no one's going to believe any of it and say, oh, that's enough. We've had enough of this, because people are so fatigued and done, and they're not going to get excited, even though they're trying to get people excited. It's not going to get people excited. People are just tired of the whole thing. So in the long term, King of Swords. So I see a man here benefiting from this. If you're a particular politician, I don't know, or just somebody, somebody here benefiting, some air sign man perhaps, or else. This could refer to Jessica Mulroney benefiting from the attention and her writing. So she's going to be happy in the end that she wrote this or published this, and that will boost her a bit. Yeah, and she'll be seen as, someone. She hasn't spoken out so much yet, right, about this, as far as I know. Again, I don't follow her, but she's going to be seen as the New York Times best-selling author. I'm sure they'll be inflated, just like Meghan Markle's children's books. She went out and bought 30,000 copies, so it could be a New York Times bestseller. Well, I see Jessica pulling the same stunt. She's going to suddenly be a New York Times bestseller now. It's very easy with that group. They just they buy tens of thousands of their copies, and they become as of New York Times. Anybody takes that place seriously. Anyways, point is, she's going to have now. Jessica Mulroney is a best-selling author, quote unquote best-selling will be. So she's going to look good in the end. She's going to be very happy and chuffed with herself that she's an author now. But really, Meghan and her political group, the two major arcanas I get here, the only two major arcanas, the Chariots, the political group, and the Lovers reversed for representing Meghan Markle. Yeah. So it's all, I believe, again, they're for the masses. They're always nickel and diming poor people. Jessica doesn't really need the money. She wants to get the money from the poor. In this case, I'm seeing this as now, they're always trying to get our money with these books, right? They're always trying to get donations through the Sussex Squad. The Sussex Squad paid by Harry and Meghan, which has been proven by the Royal Grift. With her videos, she shows all the posts that they put online. But it's just like Oprah Winfrey, Meghan's friend, there after the Lahaina fires. Oprah Winfrey, a billionaire, telling poor Americans to donate money for Hawaii. I mean, it's a satanic joke, in my opinion. I was thinking about this. It's a satanic haha joke for these billionaires to say, oh, come on, poor people, cough up some money and buy my book and buy my makeup and buy my oatmeal latte and buy my jam and my honey and my flour sprinkles. It's really rabbit food that I repackaged, just like she showed in her show when she just moved the pretzels from one bag to another. This book is another one of these scamming people and say, come on, poor people, cough up some money to hear about Jessica's story. It's all a scam. That's what I get from this. That's all wands, publicity, pushing out the narrative. Nobody's buying what they're selling, though. Nobody's buying what you're selling, Meghan and Jessica. And you kind of see in this 8 of Cups, there's like a reflection there, like the reality versus the fantasy that she's trying to sell, and nobody's buying it. Nobody's buying it. Nobody cares anymore. They just want to see Harry and Meghan arrested. That's all we care about. Nobody cares what Jessica says. Go away, Jessica. You're next. Go away. So there you have it. That is what I see. It's going to be a lame book by a lame satanic woman who's still, I think, working with Meghan Markle behind the scenes. That is what I'm going with. So I hope you found this interesting. So please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye. Oops, wrong one. I have two of these. Find it. I'll find it. Hold on. It's going up. Where is it? Where's my outro? Here it is. I got it.